Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today is Monday the 25th of May and it's bank holiday. I hope you're all well. Today I should have been giving you an update. Obviously I was very excited to do so, but unfortunately I've had a bit of bad news. The reason I didn't do my regular update Wednesday, Thursday last week was because I bought a digital test and I was hoping for it to say 3+ weeks. And it didn't. It still read 2 to 3 and I was quite panicked, and I messaged Rainbow Mama, who I speak to, Janelle, quite regularly, and she's quite good with HCG numbers because she's been through it herself. She said I should get a good reading Thursday night, Friday by the latest. So I went out and bought some more digitals, did some cheapies. They were still really strong and dark and I had tons of symptoms still. I'm talking excess saliva, sore boobs, vivid dreams like nobody's business. So I thought progesterone must be high. Lots of stretchiness in my uterus. There was lots going on, so I was quite hopeful. But then Thursday I got tempted and I was going to leave it till Friday, but I thought, I'm going to do one, because when I fell pregnant successfully with my little girl in 2016, I read 2 to 3 weeks at 17 DPO. And that was a Saturday, and by the Tuesday I was reading 3+. So it's normally by 27 DPO at the latest you should read 3+. And I was sort of around this time. So basically it's very hectic here today, by the way, because my husband's had to work bank holiday and the kids are cleaning their bikes and doing all sorts in the garden just to busy themselves. So if I've got to stop and re-record, sorry, but I'm trying to give you an update. Anyhow, so I did the digital on Thursday and it still read 2 to 3, and by this time I was feeling really crushed and worried. So I left it, messaged a couple of mates that I was speaking to saying things aren't looking good, the HCG's looking low, but I've still got tons of symptoms. A lot of people were saying take not too much notice of the clear blue digitals, they're just a guide. As long as you get a 3+ read in a few days, don't worry, enjoy the lines, and as long as you've got symptoms. And I was having loads of symptoms, it wasn't like my symptoms had stopped, but I know I start feeling a bit sick at 6 weeks, and I was approaching this time fast. I should have been on Wednesday 6 weeks, so Thursday 6 weeks +1, Friday 6 weeks +2. So I should have, I know in my heart I was doubting everything. I left Friday. Saturday I left and I thought, right, I'm going to do another digital, but I didn't need to, because Saturday I wiped at about 10 p.m. and had pink mucus on my towel, on my loo paper. I felt wet again. I was having creamy CM like nobody's business. So every time I was wet I was nervous about wiping, but I was thinking, wow, I'm wearing panty liners. Wiped and it was pink mucus, so I was a bit worried. Went to bed with a towel on, really upset, because I'm thinking, right, Wednesday didn't get the reading I wanted, Thursday didn't get the reading I wanted, Friday didn't test but a bit doubtful. Like I say, did these cheapy strips and they were just staying dark. Never been darker than the control line, but always dark as the control line. And unfortunately, so we're on Monday today, went to bed Saturday night after wiping a bit of pink mucus, and Sunday 3:40 a.m. in the morning I didn't want to go to the toilet. I've been getting up again, another symptom, 2 times in the night, like going to bed at 10 o'clock, getting up at midnight, getting up at 3 for a wee. So all good symptoms. And tired. I've continued to take an iron tablet just to boost me as well. And cut a long story short, I wiped and it was blood, and it was like period blood. It was reddy browny. I googled thinking, I know you can get streaks, I know you can get spotting, but normally you get that around your periods due when it's implantation. And if you do get a bit of blood in the first trimester, which is perfectly normal, guys, perfectly normal, it's normally doesn't fill a pad. If it fills a pad or it's quite intense bleeding, sorry, you really should think this could be a miscarriage, because this was like, I wiped and it was like, oh, for Christ's sake. I didn't think I was going to have a miscarriage. I'm really into tarots, and Vashti, I text her in the morning immediately. She's always said a fire sign baby. This would have been an air sign baby, but she's always seen a successful pregnancy and a 6th baby. She was over the moon when I told her I was pregnant. And she did say, I told you your time had come soon, you just got to be patient. And she kept saying, stay positive, stay calm, and enjoy the pregnancy. So she's going to speak to me on Thursday, free of charge, just as a friend, and see what's going on, because a miscarriage. She saw the first one happening, but she said it was weird. I had my reading. She said there's definitely a pregnancy. She said there's going to be some sort of fiasco, something happening. I can't see a miscarriage, but something's going to happen. But then it's going to be a lovely pregnancy. Loads of hassle around Christmas, hustle and bustle while you're getting ready for this lovely baby coming. But there's definitely a baby and it's definitely fire sign. So perhaps that fiasco is this. I don't know. Anyway, getting back to the facts. So I put a pad on. It got progressively heavy. 1 second, I just got to go and sort something. Sorry, my little girl needed a napkin because she had a nice lolly in the garden. So yeah, Vashti's going to speak to me Thursday just to see what's going on, because I really believe in all of that. But like I say, getting back to the facts, loads of symptoms still. But Saturday, went to bed, pad on, 3:40 a.m. Lots of bleeding, so that's Sunday morning yesterday. Woke up, didn't want to get out of bed, didn't even want a wee because I thought I know what's coming, but my pad didn't have anything on. But again, went to the loo and I don't want to go into TMI, but it's my TTC channel, and yeah, lots of blood. Put a pad on. Not been as heavy as when I miscarried at 7 weeks a year and a half ago. Not as bad as that. Just I'd say if it was not even a heavy period, medium flow at the moment. So yeah, I've been basically putting on a pad every 2.5 hours, and it's just feeling like a period would be. But obviously, as we know, when it's things like this, you can't wear tampons, anything like that. I don't like tampons anyway. So I'm just wearing like a pad at the moment to catch any tissue or anything. But I just basically yesterday kept hydrated, didn't want to get out of bed, but I managed to pull myself together. Aaron is devastated. We're both really crushed with the news. All I can think of, I don't think my progesterone was low. I felt really happy and healthy and calm and in a good place. Lots of vivid dreams, lots of, I feel hydrated. I know some of you, by the way, on these videos, write things like, why don't I have a haircut, and things that I don't want to hear. It's lockdown. I can't get to a beauty salon to even have my eyebrows plucked. I normally have my eyebrows plucked, my nails done once every 8 weeks. I have my hair done every 8 weeks. I haven't, obviously nowhere's open. So, and these are meant to be real and true from the heart. I'm not this girl who has silicone boobs and Botox in my face and makeup. I'm just, I like to think, a loyal, fun, natural mum who takes care of myself. I have a good skincare routine. I don't smoke, don't drink, don't take drugs. And this is what you see. I do have bags under my eyes. I'm tired, and at the moment I'm a bit down. But if I was going to a wedding or a party or out for the day, I'd put a shed load of concealer on so you wouldn't see this. But all I got on today is a bit of eye makeup, a little bit of lip balm, and I just want you to see what I am for what I am. So I do love all your comments. They're so lovely and from the heart. But when it's things like something doesn't suit me, or get your hair cut, it hurts my feelings, because I just think this isn't about a beauty channel. I like to think I'm quite good for my age and I look after myself, but I'm telling you what I want you to know. If I wanted you to know other things, I would let you know. And also when it comes to what I'm wearing or anything, I don't want to hear it really, unless it's you look nice. I don't want to hear it. But anyway, I did cut the ends off my hair the other day, and I'm going to bung on a hair dye now. I'm not pregnant, because I have got a few little bits of grey coming through, but I'm not really in that zone at the moment. I just want you to be my friend, join the network, and if you don't want to be my friend, just watch this, because it might help you or a friend who's going through the same thing. Anyway, getting back to the details. Yesterday, Sunday, had just medium bleeding, and it got to about 4 o'clock, and I had quite a lot of intense tummy ache. Had a shower to make me feel better, and I passed what was obviously the fetus is only going to be the size of a sesame seed, tiny, but then it's surrounding with lots of tissue, and I felt like an intense sort of pulling sensation, like a contraction I suppose, as I was in the shower, almost like I wanted to push, just not push a poo out, push from the vaginal area. And flopped out was about the size of a 50p piece, like a bloody sort of mass with a fleshy surrounding in its entirety, and it, like I say, it's about the size of a English 10p piece. And I picked it up out the shower, put it on a piece of tissue just to make sure it was that, carried on washing, got out, dried myself, had a look, and it definitely was that, and I did flush that one away. I didn't take a photo like I did last time because I was going for an EPAC scan last time, and I did text my midwife friend that I was spotting, and I said I'm probably going to just see it through as it's so early, because I've started to feel like this at like 5 weeks, 6 days, 5 weeks, 7, 5 weeks, 6 days, 6 weeks, without the test coming 3 weeks. So my guess is I was probably a week earlier than my last miscarriage. I think I miscarried at 7 weeks last time, around that. Whereas this time I think it's more like 5 weeks, 6 days to 6 weeks. Reason I know that is, like I say, I got my 2 to 3 week reading on the Wednesday, and everything was going good for those 5 or 6 days. And then, like I say, Tuesday, Wednesday did that digital when it should have been 3 weeks. So I think the baby stopped growing, or the fetus, sorry, at 5 weeks, 6 days inside of me this time. Whereas last time I think it was more like 6 weeks, 5 days, because I got my 3 week plus reading when I miscarried last time. Brings me on to the next thing. I won't be searching medical help at the moment. I don't want to go into progesterone injections. The same person I think said about would I look into these, and I said thank you for letting me know about that. I thought that was recurrent miscarriage. The doctors here will look into that if you've had 3 or more consecutive miscarriages. This will only be 2 for me. The one I had previous was in 2011, and I had a D&C afterwards and fell pregnant with my little boy 6 weeks later. When I miscarried in January last year, the year going back, when I miscarried, I fell pregnant December 2018, miscarried end of January, beginning of February 2019. Didn't need a D&C because it showed that I was probably about, like I say, 6 weeks 4, 6 week 5, around 7 weeks pregnant. So I managed to pass it naturally. A lot more heavy bleeding, I will say, and it was like heavy. I felt pain, and then it was heavy bleeding for about a week and a half, and I passed quite a lot of tissue. I don't know whether my bleeding is going to get heavier on this, but like I say, I've had a medium flow of bleeding, past what looked to be the fetal tissue last night, and again I'm very medium flow at the moment. If tensions run high, my flow gets a bit heavy with the period, but with this it's different. This time I'm not gonna wait for a negative test. They say wait for a negative HCG test so you don't get muddy waters. They know what's a clear pregnancy, or wait for your next period. I'm going to do it a bit different this time. I'm just going to literally see how I feel. I feel a lot better than I did yesterday. I'm still upset. I was just crying all day yesterday, and like I say, from about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon I had intense tummy ache. Didn't need any pain relief. I just saw it through with peppermint tea, laying down and trying to get the kids to give me a bit of a break by not going on at me to do things. I still cooked supper, still pegged out washing, still carried on as normal, but I just needed to, if I wanted to go in my room for an hour, I did. But this time I've said to Aaron, I just want to deal with the bleeding, make sure that everything's out of me, and when I've had like 2 clear days of nothing on a panty liner, I want to start trying. I've got some cheap ovulation sticks. I'm not going to buy digital ones anymore. I've got real high hopes I'm going to fall pregnant. I know Aaron's seed's there. I know I get eggs because I've been pregnant again. If, God forbid, I get pregnant and I miscarry for the 3rd time, that is when I'm going to say, right, I hold my hands up, there's got to be a problem. I either need progesterone, I can never say it, my words don't come out, but if I need progesterone, I will maybe then go to our private hospital, which said they can literally fit me in within 2 weeks, an appointment to assess things, and then within 4 weeks I can get scans to see how my eggs are. So if this is a case of my eggs aren't good quality, I will know. And if I need progesterone to support the implantation, I will know. But I'm not going to do that. I've had it in my head for a long time that if I don't fall naturally by Christmas, I'm not going to bother. But I've also had it in my head, if I don't fall naturally by August and have a successful pregnancy, I will search for a bit of help. So that's where I'm at. I'm going to keep trying. And if it gets to August and we're not pregnant, I will go to the private clinic and pay to have my ovaries scanned to make sure that everything's fine. I won't put Aaron through the sperm test unless it's quite cheap. but because I don't want to spend loads of money, especially with COVID and work not being as busy, I can't be too like frivolous with money. But I do think a scan would be beneficial for me if things don't take their course by August. So plan of action: stop bleeding, feel better, carry on taking my prenatal vitamins, getting sleep, hydration, exercise, and staying calm and less stressed. And yeah, I'm going to see this miscarriage out, and hopefully we'll start trying in a couple of weeks again. I know a lot of people say grieve, seek medical help, you're too old, blah blah blah. No one knows my age on here unless you've really looked into it, and I will do all of that. I told you when I'm successfully pregnant in a good place, I'm going to do questions and answers, and Aaron's going to do it with me. You can ask me anything. There's just a few things I won't answer and I want to keep private. One of them, my children don't want to be on here. The two older ones say, we like what you do, Mum, but we don't want our names and anything mentioned. And I think they're entitled to that. They're 11 and 14 and they don't want to be a part of this because of whether their mates find out or whatever. So I just think you can see my children from time to time, but I'm not going to go in, apart from their age and their little faces, they don't want to be mentioned on here, which I totally understand. And I've kept my age private and a few personal details just because it's things that I need to keep separate. However, when I fall pregnant, I will maybe do questions and answers and cover things that you want to know, but still carry on commenting, carry on asking me things, anything to do with TTC. And I've got 5 children. You know, I've experienced a lot: breastfeeding, weaning, home birth, you name it, I've probably experienced it. And if I can't help, other people will. So definitely thumbs up and subscribe and comment, but just don't give me any negativity. People who know who they are, the ones that are doing it. If people say, not being funny, you look old, you look tired, you look stressed, oh my God, you think 5 kids are enough, you've got 2 girls, you've got 3 boys, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. I've already said, don't judge me. I want a 6th baby, I'm going for it. As long as my husband's on board and my children, that's it. That's all that matters to me. So that's happening. I'm trying for the 6th baby, end of. And I'm sorry if you all think I look crap, but this is real life. I haven't got millions of pounds in the bank. I don't drive around in a Porsche getting Botox and all of that done. I'm not into all of that. I'm just into a good skincare routine, and I have my hair cut when I can, and all the salons, as you know, are closed. Sorry, ran over. Yeah, so I'm miscarrying. Miscarrying at 6 weeks isn't great. In terms of pain, not as bad as the one that I had at 7 weeks. Yes, I've had 2 miscarriages, but they've been quite spread out. I'm taking positivity from this, that A, I can get pregnant. Yes, the seed's there. Yes, the egg's there. And it's worked before. So yeah, it's 4 years after I fell pregnant with my little girl. I know that, and things move on and times move on, but also it's stressful at the moment, isn't it? We're all in lockdown still. We get minimal exercise, we've got minimal contact with the outside world. Things are stressful. And if I've got to say why this miscarriage has been caused, we know it's normally chromosome abnormalities or lack of progesterone, or it could be maternal age, or it could be a trauma like a car accident, anything. These are what causes miscarriages. But things like heavy lifting doesn't cause it. Things like you know, if you've strained, yeah, you've got to really cause trauma to your stomach to have a miscarriage. I don't think the stress has helped, being stuck in with 5 children, just with the garden and that, but I've done what I can that's best. So tensions have run high. I've not been obviously the girl I am 3 months ago, driving around, shopping, all happy, coffee here, coffee there, going to school, helping out, blah, blah, blah. It's different. So stresses have run high. And I think it obviously wasn't my time right now. Vashti saw a fire sign baby. This would have been an air sign. So I will know more from her on Thursday. But like I say, I had tons of symptoms. My symptoms are wearing off now. I've still definitely had sweats at night. My boobs are still a bit sore. But yeah, I think symptom wise, the sickness for me kicks in at 6 weeks. And when I didn't get that test last week and the symptoms of feeling a bit icky didn't kick in, I felt a little bit icky in the morning, but I would have felt a little notched up a bit more. So I think that did have the telltale signs for me. So yeah, not good news for me. Bank holiday Monday, 2nd day of my miscarriage, and like I say, I was around the 5 week, 6 day mark. It was, you know, classed as I should have been getting I was bang on 6 weeks on my app, but I should have been getting the 3-week plus reading. So this miscarriage has happened around 5 weeks, 5 days, 5 weeks, 6 days, around that. So yeah, pain was, if a 10's really painful, I'd say I was on 6, 7 yesterday afternoon, but it's all subsided now. I'm just like on a medium flow period. I expect to pass a little bit more tissue if I'm being honest, but like I say, I did pass it in its entirety, the like what I believe was the fetus and the like tissue around it. So I'm just going to watch and wait, and like I say, Aaron and I are going to use the cheap ovulation sticks, carry on with our prenatals, the pair of us, and he's just said, I'll do whatever you want, because he's desperate for this baby like I am. So we're just gonna get my health back together, and in a couple of weeks start trying again. I don't know whether I'm going to bother with a cheap AC. I might just do a quick pregnancy strip just when all my bleeding stops, just to make sure it's near enough blank. And then this time round, I think I'm gonna wait a day before or a day of my period and test then, so I know that I'm going to get a strong reading if I'm pregnant, and maybe use my digital so it's a clear yes or no. So thanks for watching. Join me on Instagram, Ingrid Ingy Mum Love, and I do update quite a bit there, but I think now I just need a bit of time out. I will answer all your questions. Please private message me on Instagram if you like. I do answer. Thank you for all your love and support and care. Don't judge me about trying for a 6th. I am well aware there's medical help out there if I need it, and believe me, like I say, in August, if things haven't materialised, I will look into maybe getting a few scans booked and that. But I'm up to date on my smears. I've had my vitamins and folates tested only, I think it was 9 months ago, and I was just very low a little bit on iron, which I'm taking supplements for. So I am all up to speed with my health. So it is just a case of, have I got enough eggs there? Are they healthy? And things like that, which I will get checked. But we're just going to literally go with it for another 4 to 6 months. And if things don't happen, we did say, if they don't happen in August, we will. So we've got what, about 3 months of trying. We're in May, June, July, August. Yeah, about another 3 or 4 months of trying, and then I will maybe go down the route of seeing if I need any extra help to give it one last shot. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and if you need any help or want any questions answered, I'll try my best. So yeah, I just need a bit of time, guys, to sort of get this out. But yeah, thumbs down for this one, but never mind, here's to a new cycle. See you later. Bye.